Let me tell you, your dreams, if you can interpret them properly, they can help you avoid some major mistakes in your life. I had a dream the other day where I was just waiting for a plane. I was just... And I'll tell you the interpretation in a second. But imagine this. You're sat there by the gate. You're the only one there. And you're just waiting. You're looking at this plane. And you know you have to get on it at some point. But for some reason you think that you have all the time in the world. There's no one else behind you. Everyone else is on the plane. That was my dream. I felt like I had all the time in the world. I'm just sat there. I'm looking at this plane. Doors are closed. But the pilot's just sat there. He's waiting for me. He's probably on the plane in the aisle saying, "Where's Varane Cropper?" But there's me just sat there holding everyone up thinking that I have enough time. And, you know, eventually the plane went off without me and I missed my flight. When I woke up, I interpreted the dream by asking certain segments of the dream, and you can do this too. Ask specific parts of the dream, hey, what did that mean? Okay. Upon recalling the dream, treat it as if it's a person. Be like, hey, what did that entire situation mean? Or what did the door being somewhat closed, if not fully closed, on the plane mean? Or hey, what did the fact that no one else was behind me mean when it came to that situation? That's what I did, and my subconscious mind just gave me a straight answer. It said, you think you have time to sit back and kind of prepare for YouTube, or your audience is waiting for you, but you don't. You know, at some point, they will go on without you, and you'll be left without a YouTube channel, without any active subscribers. And so I woke up and I was like, I need to do something, right? And I realized that I was still there looking at the plane, and the plane was still parked, so I still had time. And although I've gone through a lot which has delayed my ability to make videos, I must admit a part of me was kind of lounging around. And then I took out my phone and I kind of just pulled out the first few video ideas that I'd been putting down whilst waiting for the plane. And this was one of them. What does water mean when it comes to dreams? What does your teeth falling out mean when it comes to dreams? What do whales mean, butterflies, all the things that most people see? What do they mean? And is it always the case for you that the meaning behind some of these things apply to you? Or are you different? Is your subconscious mind using your teeth falling out to get a different message across to you? You know? Because sometimes we have different... Well, I'm getting ahead of myself now. I'll tell you about how certain things in dreams could mean different meanings for you later within the video. But first I want to touch on some things that across the board apply to everyone. Okay? Water. When you see water in a dream, if it's murky, it applies to your life in this one way, which is things are unclear. Okay? Things are unclear, that's it. If it's dirty, very dirty, if there are bits in the water, not only are things unclear for you here, but they're also somewhat chaotic. It's messy, right? Now, it stands to reason that if soot or dirt in water and murkiness means the lack of clarity or the inability to see yourself through a situation, then that means that clear water means that you have clarity as well as peace of mind. If you can breathe in the water, It means that you have full control over the situation, to the point where you don't feel like you're going to die. You feel somewhat invincible. So these apply to everybody across the board. What else do we have here? Your teeth falling out. Everyone's had these uncomfortable dreams. Sometimes we wake up and we check in the mirror, or we just go like this and reach for our face, right? I used to think that if I dreamt about my teeth falling out, then that was an omen for my teeth actually falling out, that maybe I should brush them. You know? Maybe my mum installed that into my head. The reality is worry. That's what they signify. If you're dreaming about your teeth falling out, you're worried about something most of the time. Matter of fact, you're so worried about something that your subconscious mind is using the connection of how worried you would be if your teeth fell out, and it's kind of comparing it to how worried you are in reality about your current situation, right? It's like similar worries trigger similar worries within our subconscious mind. And so, worry. Grinding your teeth, then all of a sudden they start to fall out gradually. It means that you believe in your waking life you're going to come across something that's quite worrisome. It hasn't happened just yet, especially if you focus on the beginning of the dream. You still had your teeth, but maybe you grinding or moving your mouth, maybe you doing something is causing them to fall out. And so you can use that within a dream interpretation exercise as a sign that you're currently probably doing something that could lead to something happening within the future that's quite worrisome. Digging your own hole, so to speak. Now, if your teeth are falling out straight away, that means that you believe in your waking life that you're in the worrisome experience, right? Something is falling apart around you, you're in trouble. And so that seems to be quite universal when it comes to an interpretation. The next thing is butterflies. Butterflies are quite representational of rebirth, of transformation. And so we'll often see blue butterflies in our dreams because the blue represents in kind the transformational process. However, blue, if you've been raised on Alice in Wonderland, can also represent going down the rabbit hole, going down the path that's least explored, going towards a specific direction in life that beholds mystery. Butterflies aren't always universal. Neither are rabbits for this reason. It's because in our culture, we've been influenced by media to have a different stance on what certain things mean, in this case, butterflies. And so, for certain people, the butterfly doesn't mean transformation. The butterfly means mystery. The butterfly means going your own route. The butterfly means, well, you go into Wonderland, essentially. I'd preface for some people, not for everyone. I'd imagine for the most part, it's a transformational component to a person's dream. Because when we're introduced to butterflies as kids, we're seeing caterpillars turning into something brand new. Whales are also quite unique to specific individuals in that specific individuals interpret whales differently. You know? And so you might interpret whales as safety, as a foundation, especially if you're standing on a whale, right? And you're in the middle of the deep blue sea. However, my interpretation of whales, a little different. Unless you also interpret them like this too. Especially if you're dreaming about whales at nighttime. My interpretation of whales are that they're something that represents your subconscious mind. Especially black whales. And if you're dreaming about them at nighttime, it's weird. Dreaming of them at nighttime, dreaming of nighttime, so you're out at sea at nighttime, then the darkness of the night as well as the black whale symbolizes the depth of your subconscious mind, the water being dark, not murky, not dirty, just dark, along with everything else. Shows the level of depth with your subconscious mind. The blowhole reveals the entryway to your subconscious mind. If you ever find yourself dreaming about whales, jump into the blowhole. You'll find yourself sinking into a deep space. And from there, you can take control of the lucid dream and access certain parts of your psyche. Interpreting dreams, it's important because not only will you be able to be ahead of yourself when it comes to making smart choices, but you'll be able to also interpret other people's dreams. You'll know what they mean. While they're talking about their dream, you'll know what specific things mean, if not its entirety, straight away, without really thinking actually. You'll also know about dream language. When people speak about their dreams, they say it in a certain way. This will allow you to separate what's a dream and what's an other experience, like astral projection, or a visionary experience, or a contact experience. They're spoken about in two completely different ways. Alongside some other forms of divination, maybe you use pendulums, maybe you use tarot. You can make the right choices. Oftentimes people in the spiritual community are into some form of personal development, and so you could throw that in there too and make the adequate changes to your life. I'm Ryan James Kropp. I also provide this service of dream interpretation over on my website, ryankropp.com. You can check it out if you like. I'll speak to you pretty soon. Take care. Peace.